Have you ever played the game The Floor is Lava? It has become so popular that it even spawned an actual Netflix game show. But imagine getting too close to the actual thing. Prepare to be blown away by these 7 massive volcano eruptions caught on camera. What's up, Fanatics? This is Discovery Amuse, serving up your daily dose of the most outrageous, outlandish, and out-of-this-world fun facts. Stay on your toes for our #1 entry, cause lava it or hate it, it sure is one majestic spectacle. Are you ready to have a blast? Number 7, Kilauea. Say aloha to the most active volcano on the planet, standing at 4,190 feet above sea level and located at the southeastern part of Hawaii. The Kilauea volcano has been erupting continuously from 1983 to 2018. Dude, that's more than 30 years. One of its most devastating eruptions happened on May 3rd, 2018, when it destroyed properties in places such as the Leilani Estates at Puna District. Since it was situated directly at the lower east rift zone of the volcano, residents had been preparing for evacuation for weeks. However, when the actual eruption happened, they were still caught off guard and were forced to leave ASAP. Because if there's anything you need to know about volcanoes, it's that no one can actually predict the precise moment they will rear their ugly head. Videos of the catastrophe showed houses and cars swept away and destroyed by lava that could fill approximately 320,000 Olympic-sized swimming pools. Good luck swimming on that sea of fire. Keep watching because our #1 pick will make you Krakatoa. There's your hint. Number 6, Taal. Don't be fooled by its calm and pristine waters because underneath this lake lies a sinister force that is considered one of the Philippines' most dangerous volcanoes. Between 1572 and 1977, the Taal volcano has erupted 42 times until it finally took a break from all the huffing and puffing. However, in January 2020, 42 years after its last eruption, the Taal once again manifested its wrath when it underwent what is called a phreatomagmatic eruption. This type of eruption happens as a result of magma mixing with water. The Taal spewed a gigantic cloud of ash that caused severe ashfall in the nearby town, including the country's capital of Metro Manila. One family of tourists was even hiking at the volcano at the exact moment it erupted. On the day of the explosion, Denise Bernardo and her family were about to go to the crater when all of a sudden they saw smoke emanating from the crater, which alarmed their tour guide. The family immediately headed back towards the mainland away from the volcano just in time before Taal spewed its cloud of ash. Thankfully, the whole family was safe. That sure must have been one memorable holiday. Number 5, Sakurajima. Ever since the 8th century, this volcano located in southern Kyushu in Japan has been flaunting its explosive force. Considered one of the most active volcanoes on Earth, the Sakurajima recorded its earliest eruption in AD 708. It has been in a continuous state of eruption that is most of the time harmless, until November 8, 2019, when it spewed a huge plume of smoke and debris that was reportedly its biggest ejection since 2016. The ash plume reached more than 3 miles up in the air, which dimmed the skies of Kyushu and caused numerous flights to be canceled. In May 2020, the volcano once again woke up from its slumber to spew a cloud of ash that reached more than 4,000 meters into the sky. No damage was reported, but large rocks fell in nearby towns. Number 4, Mount Etna. Fighting its way into the top spot of the most active volcano in the world is none other than Europe's pride and constant source of fear, Mount Etna. The volcano is located on the east coast of Sicily, Italy, and is just above the province of Catania, where there are residents amounting to more than 500,000. You guys might be wondering why people are living near Mount Etna. Although it's been active for the longest time, its last destructive eruption was in 1669. Nowadays, its vertical eruptions cause little to no harm at all to the locals. Aside from that, the fertile volcanic soil has been proven to support agriculture, vineyards, and orchards across the lower slopes of the mountain. Several photos and videos of Mount Etna's explosion have circulated the internet, but perhaps one of the most remarkable was the time when an environmental filmmaker got up close and personal with Mount Etna's eruption in June of 2000. Another fascinating clip taken in April 2013 captured a round circle coming from the mouth of the volcano. Number 3. Mount St Helens. This volcano, located in Skamania County in Washington State, was named after a British diplomat named Lord St Helens, who surveyed the area in the late 18th century. It's the 5th highest peak in Washington State and is known for its symmetrical cone shape. But although it's lovely to look at, St. Helens is not one to mess with, as shown in these footages of the devastating eruption that happened on May 18, 1980. The eruption of Mount St. Helens is considered the deadliest volcanic explosion in U.S. history. During that fateful day, a 5.1 magnitude earthquake shook the area that caused a huge avalanche of debris, which led to the lateral eruption. A plume of ash shot up in the air for 9 whole hours, and the ashfall reached as far as Alberta, Canada. The destructive event took the lives of 57 people and wreaked havoc on 250 homes, 47 bridges, and more than 180 miles of nearby highway. Almost 7,000 wild animals were also killed, which included elk, deer, and bears. After the cataclysmic force majeure, the Mount St. Helens National Volcanic Monument was founded to preserve the volcano and allow researchers to study the aftermath of the eruption. Number 2. Wakari. 48 kilometers off the coast of North Island in New Zealand sits this curious-looking volcano that seems too small to cause any real trouble. But don't be fooled, because what you see is just the tip of the much larger Wakari or White Island volcano that's mostly submerged in water. Between 1975 and 2000, the volcano was continually erupting, but it was generally deemed harmless. However, on December 9, 2019, like a thief in the night, the Wakari blew off some major steam without warning, killing 21 people who were hiking near its crater at the time. 26 others suffered injuries, and 2 people remain missing until now and are presumed dead. The worst part of this ordeal was that some of the tourists were supposed to head back to the mainland when the eruption occurred. Among the fatalities were 13 Australian tourists, 3 Americans, and 2 New Zealand tour guides. Before we go to our number 1 pick, do us a solid and make sure to smash the subscribe button and hit the notification bell. Don't forget to choose all so you won't miss out on any of our latest life-changing, boredom-busting content, and of course, be sure to turn on notifications in your app's settings. Number 1. Krakatoa. This active volcano, situated between the islands of Java and Sumatra in Indonesia, was known for the world's deadliest eruption back in August 1883, killing almost 36,000 people in its wake. Aside from the explosion, the aftermath caused a tsunami that wiped out the volcano's fragments into the sea. Centuries later, in December of 2018, the Krakatoa once again made its presence felt in a fatal way when the volcano erupted and caused a deadly tsunami. The waves reached more than 5 meters in height before smashing into the coastline that took the lives of 437 locals and injured more than 14,000 others. 40,000 residents were also displaced as the tsunami destroyed nearby towns. All of these statistics combined make that volcano event the deadliest eruption of the 21st century thus far. And there you have it, our countdown of the 7 massive volcano eruptions caught on camera. Have you ever witnessed one yourself? Tell us all about it in the comment section below. Take home any of our exclusive gear by browsing our merch shelf or clicking the link in the video description. And while you're at it, take our quiz to find out how you can earn extra cash online doing what you do best. Awesome, right? If you want more breathtaking wonders of nature, then be sure to check out our list of the 10 most incredible underwater discoveries ever. Till then, keep the fire burning, Factnatics, and see you in the next video.